Alright boys, Deus 2 version 2.0.0. You see that lead right there? To the right of it there is a quarter, a clad quarter about, I don't know, 6 inches deep with a colonial nail beside it. Alright? We'll just look at this sensitive FT program on this machine. Now right in there is what I'm talking about, okay? 6.8 disc, this is the 11-inch coil, off with a notch. Silencer is at 1, we'll just listen to 5 tones. So the tones will stay the same. We're going to stay in this program. We are ground balanced. You just have to take my word for it. I guess I could show you. You see it there, that's 79. Okay. That old colonial nail quarter's right in there. So if you was using this machine more traditional setting, that's what you're going to hear on that right there in the wall. You hear that? See that meter? Okay. So you might go right on by that, but if we sweep them over here, right in there is about the perfect detection. See that meter? But over here, okay? Now this bird dog program ain't going to be for everybody. I can already tell you this much, okay? You know, I'm just putting it out there because it could smack a fine for you on approach that you might not otherwise hear, okay? It's not perfect. And all I'm going to do, we're going to leave the old speed at 2. We're going to run the discrimination down on this thing. Leaving it in 5 tones, leaving the silencer as is. Okay. We are going to add some notch. Now you heard the machine with no notch earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you. You can actually select dig with this should you choose. I'm just going to keep running the notch on up. There's 81, okay? 81. So we've got numbers 1 and 2 open. Shutter down 3 to 81, okay? Here's where we couldn't really get no signal with the traditional setup. You hear that? Monster signal, huh? Now I'm going to turn on this target all the way around. You get to see that meter, you get to hear that machine hitting that thing. Okay, so you can use this for select digging. You just won't know what you got when you come up on it till you turn, okay? Now, be advised, nickels tend to read higher with this machine, so a standard nickel window, and you pivot on something like that, if that was a nickel down there, you wouldn't hear it. If you say cut your notch off, shut the machine back down at 65 or 6, you run it up close till you get the high conductors, okay? So there's where we're getting that little tone there. Now I'm in 5 tones. So you hear that, that's broad. Hear that? That's not an iron, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to go out in here and I'm going to sweep around a little bit. Now there is some signals out here that are going to come in reading 1 and 2. Okay. But remember, you get to pivot on these signals if you hear them. If you get locked up on one, you get to turn on it, okay? So you're not forced to dig it. You might be forced to stop on it and listen, okay, and turn. That's it, okay? There's a lot of iron right in here. Okay, there's a 1 right there. See that right there? I'm going to turn on that. Still getting a 1. Now, odds are that would be iron, okay? It's not a, not a guarantee, but if I was going to place bets, I would say that's iron. You can dig them signals if you desire, okay? You don't have to. Okay, it's when you pivot. It's when you pivot, okay? You hear how strong that is? Now what we're going to do is we're going to start coming around this right here. Hear that right there? So right there's good detection. Hear that? Keep pivoting. There's good, real good detection as far as the true ID of the target. So you do get four-way signal around this, okay? And there is a certain place you can get where this machine will be sort of caught in the middle. If you understand what I'm trying to say, right there is probably right there. Hear that? All right, I'm gonna set that coil down on the ground right there. We're gonna raise this disc back up. All right, even leaving the same notch in the machine, what do we hear? That's what we get to hear. That don't sound too good, does it? Okay, I'm gonna set the coil down. I'm bringing the notch all the way out of the machine. Now the notch is gone. Okay, now what do we hear sweeping like this? So we get that little pop. Is that going to be enough? Well, that one in the meter, but is that going to be enough to stop us? Now that's from that angle. Hear how the signal got deader? Hear that? Well, if I get right here, see there, I start getting that one, the signal gets a little more lively. Okay, I'm going to keep turning around. See that? So even with conventional settings, there's a difference on how this machine's behaving right here. See right there, hear that? Now I'm going to pivot to the right a little bit. Listen. Hear that? So this machine is seeing that quarter right there. But it's only giving that one. You get to hear that signal. And right there it sort of gets dead. It's not the same tone. Notice that. Pivoting around. Okay, and then we really start hearing it there, okay? Just thought I would share.